My name's Tyler, and yeah, I'm 26, and I work with the student club here at Utah Valley University.
Okay. Gold teeth, gray goose, dripping in the bathroom, bloodstains, ball gowns, trash in the hotel room. We don't care.
My buddy told me about this abandoned train tunnel that was in the next town over. We look up online, we find directions on how to get there, we follow every step, drive to where we're supposed to, park where it says to park, and get out and see train tracks.
Yes.
Then we stop reading the directions and we say, okay, well, we're all college-educated young men. We can probably figure it out from here. So we follow these tracks, comes to this tunnel in the side of the mountain, and we're like, okay, well, we found it, the abandoned train tunnel. So we walk into this tunnel, we get a couple 100 feet into it, and the tunnel like curves into the side of the mountain. So the further we walk in, the less light from the outside there is. Like, what if we find like people living in this tunnel? What do we do? And all of a sudden we hear this rumbling sound. I'm like, guys, like, be quiet. Do you guys hear this sound? Like, there's something going on. Louder and louder and louder. We realized that this tunnel was not abandoned. There was a train coming in from where we had walked in. There's probably another mile and a mile and a half to go out the other way, and it's coming in the direction that we came. This was not the abandoned tunnel we were looking for. But thankfully, a couple yards back, we saw there's this little alcove in the side of the tunnel. We sprint back to this alcove, and it's just like wide, deep enough for us to get in, and just wide enough for the three of us to get in side by side. My buddy like throws his arms over the other two of us, and all of a sudden, the tunnel is just filled with light. Polar Express, but like homicidal. Just as quickly as it was flooded with light, pitch black.
Your beard is just like going up.
Absolutely. We felt my buddy to my left is like shouting the Lord's Prayer. If I had died in that moment, my last words would have unfortunately probably been cursing at my friend Ross who took us there. I'm not proud of. All of a sudden the train had passed. We hadn't fallen into its path. The train passes out. We sprint out of the tunnel into the light. Just like unbelieving that we're still alive and that just happened. That was a near-death experience. That could have gone very differently.
Changed your life. From that day forward, you must have had a new perspective.
And it makes you appreciate like life. It makes you be a little bit smarter about going into places where you're not supposed to be, obviously. I do have a little bit of a phobia of like tight spaces and like train whistles now. But I do think it gives you perspective that like not to take life for granted, that like something crazy like that can happen when you least, in the blink of an eye, so you don't take anything for granted, for sure.
It's an epic story.
That is way epic.